And that goes all the way back 30 years ago. I know Cindy Morgan and I were talking about, we were signing the other day, and we were talking about, someone asked us a similar thing at a panel. And I said the only way then we could figure it out is that, what is a program? You know, I had no reference to it back then. I had no idea. So we played him sort of childlike and innocent. She did it as well. We have a sort of, when Jeff came down in that world, he had all that cynical humor and fun about him, and that humanity. And we kind of looked at him strange because we're kind of like, I don't want to say stiff or anything like that, but just, I would just say like this, very innocent compared to a user. When we discover a user, we're kind of shocked by this, that there'd be such things. So that's the only way I could try to relate to it. I haven't tried to change him. This guy that I'm playing now is many years later in the grid. God knows how long years are in the grid. But he's much wiser, much older, more battle-scarred. There were many more fights that went on. And now we're in this rebellion, and he's beaten. He's scarred up. I had to find a much more, well, I'm older, so I could use my voice, but I rasped it up more. I guess that's what I'm trying to say, is that maybe he is more human now because, you know, we're becoming more like the interface between us now is becoming closer and closer. So, but that's, as an actor, as a voice actor, I had to try to find that specific voice that this mature Tron would have compared to Beck's sort of lighter, youthful voice. And I think it's a great contrast, I really do. And I so enjoy what he's doing with it. And like I said, we only worked once together. That was sort of auditioning this thing for all the powers that be at Disney. They were all out there. We were in the booth. We had these scenes we read. And once again, like Legacy, I was reading with him, thinking, this is my screen test, and what if I suck? You know, I'm fired from being Tron. I wouldn't have gotten out of bed after that, I'm telling you. So it didn't happen. And I'm really happy to see where it's gone. You know, it's, I don't believe it's less than the movies, to tell you the truth. I know people still want to think that. I just think it's very cinematic. It's just another venue to tell this story, whether it would be in a graphic novel, would be in a comic book. It's now in an animated. I don't call them cartoons, because cartoons are things that insult adult audiences. They're for children. This is not for children. This is for young people. I think young people can see it. Younger, I wouldn't say little bitty ones, but might be a little scary. I don't know. But I think for young kids, you can sit with your kids and watch this. Like Tron anyway. I think basically you're not taking it someplace that's going to scare children. We're not out there to do that. But I think it's the design quality of all this. I'm seeing it like everybody else here. I don't see it. I just saw this scene, the clip they showed of the Scars episode, which answers those questions of how does Tron become Rinsler? I got that so many times, and I would be stumped, going, I don't really have an answer for you, you know? I haven't done it yet, you know. So.
Well, there's obviously an interesting irony in the sense that when you shot the original Tron, there was so much work that went into the visual aspect of it and having to shoot things a certain way and wear things a certain way. Mm-hmm. While the visual aspect, the interesting visual aspect is obviously still there, it's almost kind of like reverse engineering it to the point of where now you don't have to wear specific stuff, you don't have to shoot it a specific way.
No,
it's just keeping that voice right.
It's keeping, yeah, I don't have to.
Is that a little more liberating?
I don't have to worry pulling that suit on and off. I don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Jeff did, Anyway, but yeah, but voice acting is acting. You're still having to bring it. You're still having to emote it. You just don't have the rest of your instrument to do it with. So you have to channel it all through here. And I don't look at the difference. I don't think there is a difference. And then I get to happily see how they pick it up and do what they do with it. And
what makes Tron different from other heroes and sci-fi heroes?
Well, I think it kind of came at a time when we're now in the digital age. You know, he was there at the birth of it. You know, certainly in films, And I go back to, again, the kids that were pumping quarters into those arcade machines got it. The critical intelligentsia of Hollywood, Variety and Hollywood Reporter and the LA Times and New York Times, they didn't know what the heck they were looking at. They really didn't get it. Man, those kids in the arcade games knew. And because you were down there, because that was you going down in there. So we just did that. We took Alice through the looking glass, you know. Yes, ma'am.
We gotta go. We gotta move.
You bet. You bet.